Hi there, collective. Welcome. And if you are new here, you are welcome as well. So, for this message, this download, I really do not know where to begin. And it does explain a lot because there is an energy of the wilderness that I'm looking to convey into words, or I'm looking to word and then form them into sentences, and then also make a download from there and share it with you all. But I feel and I'm guided that this is time to share this however it comes. So bear with me through the uncertainty, through the swirling energies that I'm picking up. And yeah, you may even find me breaking down into some kind of laughter along the way. But that is because of these energies that I'm picking up. And I feel like the person that this is for, this is exactly for you. You could be someone who can be serious and break into a dance all at once. So I'm getting that what will happen is, okay, just to explain a bit further before we carry on, I'm going to be reading the keywords, key phrases, and key sentences as I go by, and also bring about any explanation that it comes with because they are all over the place. You have an adventurous spirit. You could be an initiate, or you could be a seasoned adventurer. However, or wherever this meets you at, this message is for you. And you embody a wilderness frequency. And with the wilderness frequency, there is an arrow pointing towards the word noise. So something about the noise. It's not so much for you about the noise. You could be listening to music. You could be listening to something of a disturbance and you're fine, but there is something else that could, get you off. But that is because of the wilderness frequency that you embody. Um, okay, so I pulled a card out and it was to describe this frequency that I'm picking up, or this unpredictable nature of your journey, of your path. And it says here happiness. And this happiness has a photo of dolphins that are swirling in cycles and they're forming a swirl. Happiness says, I am aware that being happy means that I am on the right path. So there is something that you could be, it's like there's an energy of seizing opportunities right now. So you could be in a place where you're seizing opportunities. And this happened to me. I just found myself getting up and I felt like it was time. It's time to share this, or it's time to do this. It just happened just like that. The message here for you is the sea creatures, the whale community sends their greetings. More specifically, the whale community would like to thank you. Whale, as in WHALE, as I actually got the whale community would like to thank you. That is how this message came. But you can take this as maybe your spirit animal, but these animals are connected to the sea. So something about the sea is significant, the current and the waves. And these sea creatures, okay, particularly the whales for some reason, and with the whale, I'm getting Jonah and the whale. They are, or they have been sending out distress signals and they want to be helped, or they have been wanting help from you. You have been helping them, and they want to help you back. So the way that I'm getting this wilderness frequency, the sea frequency to be more precise, that is wanting to help you, is something about cycles. So there could be something that has happened recently that made you to feel like there was a swirling energy. Something just takes you back to something that maybe you want to break out of. And let's say you're someone who is structured, or you like to plan, you like to do stuff, then this has definitely disrupted your plans. And yes, this animals, from what I'm getting, okay, I will use the word animals for just to keep it simple at this time, but I want to say it's more of that wilderness energy, or the wave, the current that you embody. There's something that they have experienced over time, and it's to do with travel, it's to do with migration, it's also to do with what they have seen, and they have been left helpless. Okay, that is what I'm getting here. But in the midst of all of that, they have found family, they have also found fun. And as they do this, they're trying to teach you, okay? Part of it is understanding that yes, this is not all roses and butterflies, like, oh yeah, have fun, all of that. But this spirit guides, yes, they are coming in the form of spirit guides. They actually want to help you with more spontaneity in your experience. So if you're someone that gets really like irritated, or something just vexes you, like, yeah, I'm not happy it didn't go like that, what you're saying is it's all part of the the it is all part of the experience, okay? It's all part of the experience, and it's not to diminish what you have experienced, but it's saying that they want you to. There's something they're bringing more into your life. I see someone, I see a spirit guide that is kind of snickering and laughing. It's a tricky energy, so something may have maybe gotten lost, okay, and then it gets back just like that, and it may have taught you something about control, for example, letting go of control, trying your best in that very moment, but also letting go of control. And they're bringing you a message that this is how they want to help you. So, something about the fun, the music, the joy, something like that. It's like you find yourself in somewhere that maybe you did not plan to be, and then all of a sudden you're finding the joy in that place. Okay, so I know that it's difficult to say. I actually know it's difficult to say, but they need you to know that that is how um they have learned to survive. That is how they have learned to thrive over time. This is, I believe the whales are one of the oldest living communities in the sea. Okay, if I'm not mistaken. Some of them are going into extinction, but a lot of them are still very much present, and they are so large, larger than life. So this is how they want you to live. This is what they want you to embody, and they're helping you to get there. So if you are wondering how to get there, they're telling you not to worry. They're guiding you. Okay, they are guiding you. So there's something about your survival instincts that have heightened over time. So you're someone who, again, you may be a seasoned adventurer, or you may be an initiate. No matter what, you're someone who has experienced trauma. With that said, I would like to point you to a video that I did about 3 weeks ago. It's titled, Congratulations, you have made your way back up. I'm going to link that in the description section of this video, because it covers the other side of this message, of this download. In that video, just a bit of a recap and a refreshment. It was talking about a form of unpredictability that you are in, or you have had to embody. Now, it could be that you have had to get comfortable in the unknown, the ups and downs, releasing attachment, pinpointing where attachment could be, navigating society, what society has made you want to be, or what, a form of labeling, so to speak, and overcoming all of that, the projection. And then this one is offering you a kind of a pocket. So, again, in that download, or that video, there was something that came about the tower frequency, or the tower energy. And that one came with, relieving the little pleasures, turning back time, or the hands of time, something like that. Is some form of like loss. It's to do with loss, But then in that, there was something very tricky about it. And I didn't want to cover a lot of that section in the download. Okay, so the reason I'm telling you, if you want to watch that or listen to that, is because there is something of an anchor that is coming up regarding a form of an anchor or some kind of direct branching that is coming up with this download and from that download, because that one talks about you serving community, nourishment, and this one is all about the experience. Okay, so let's keep going with this one. The 16th of November changes everything. Everything changes from the 16th of November, and it has to do with a stormy energy, a form of a fierce frequency. So this is connected to nature, earth and water predominantly, but of course all the elements somehow come together, fire and air as well. But there is something about earth and water that are joining. So as above, so below is no longer as above, so below. Above and below are beginning to join, and yeah, they're joining forces. And then we have the Acturian. So right now I'm reading more of the keywords. Acturian, rainbow, Lemurian, animal, wilderness frequency. You are here to remind, you are here to remember. Stationed, mastery, crossroad, warrior, staff, attire. So attire is like a form of a outfit that you have or you're about to have, and stationary. And the stationery feels like what you are using as your tools. The numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But then 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 are cycled. The even numbers 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10 are more in dashed lines. So something about the even numbers are what you are in. So what it's saying here is you have been the odd one out, or you are showing up as the one. And the number 1 has ACE, ACE, which can show a form of excellence and also overcoming adversity. I have many more keywords here. Puzzle pieces are shifting, tough, reflective, wise one, old soul, lost, noise, siren, siren, scream, stormy, starburst, exposure, patience, air, travel, knowing, flame, scared, attraction, ownership, spiritual attack, spiritual warfare, sacred geometry, the way of water, frequency, earth, Archangel Michael, Ogun, Ma'at, matrix, pressure, thunder, shake up, pain, travel, time, space, traveler, adventure, ride, orbital cortex, abundance, confusing, confusion, illusion, mastery, misunderstood, guardian of the crossroad, tested to be tested, judgment, awakening, scales, sacred geometry, clear vision, strategy, justice, closures, promotions, presence, purge, detective, Harry Potter, School of Magic. And then here we have blessings, snake, rebirth, shedding, you stand at the gate, the station, transmission, language and frequency. Okay. And here is putting you as the eye of the storm, the child of the storm. So they really honor you. They send you a lot of greetings. They send you gratitude. If there's one thing you need to hear, is you heal the world. by picking up all this distress, whatever you do. You need to know that you are not fighting for yourself. A lot of it has not been your warfare. And with that said, you are not fighting your own warfare. It means that you are not alone. You need to know that you are not alone. And there are situations that there are forces that you have fought, and these have been entities, these have been energies in the form of energy. And I'm getting the three words regarding this energetic warfare: compulsion, combustion, consumption. Okay, so there's something that has been consuming and you have picked up a lot of air. So there's something about your solar plexus that has taken a lot of hits, a lot of bullets, a lot of arrows as well. And this shows you as very tough. The kind of body that you have has healed itself over and over again. You have a special system. Your DNA continuously transmutes. You are not normal. You don't live a normal life. You are actually, yes, to say you're not normal is an understatement, because your body has seen, your body lives to tell the story. So it says a lot about what you have also healed in terms of chronic inflammations, and you need to know that this has not been your fault. Yes, the question that I have written here is, what have you healed? You have healed yourself. You have healed your relationships. You have healed people actively and passively. And not only have you healed them directly, you have also healed people indirectly, in the sense that you're able to see the loopholes in a in a collapsing architecture, and then you are also destroying faulty architecture, you're destroying faulty foundations, and this has always started with you again and again. And this is now a time where there is a coming together. Okay, there is a kind of a army that is coming together here, and you come from a line or a history of critical thinking and observation, so you are highly observant. And where are you at right now? You are at a crossroad. There is a boundary. But the thing is, here is like you have always been at some form of a crossroad. So this is the time to continuously, there's a form of movement that you have to keep doing. So this comes with some kind of, that is why maybe you find yourself breaking into a dance or shaking. And that is because of your connection to this wilderness frequency. So some of you could have pets, or you could have special connections to little kids, or even domestic animals, or yeah, you get a lot of communication from the wilderness. And who works with you and you work with them? Ascended masters. The ascended masters work with you. So these are also in the form of, I'm getting Buddha, I'm getting, for some of you, Jesus as well. And then there are other ascended masters that I'm not really conversant with, so you can put your own there, of course, just like every part of this message. And then you have guardian angels that work with you, and also light forces, as well as to some capacity dark forces, even though you know not to trust them. Okay, so there is one more thing that I want to mention, and it's about, you're working around a dilemma right now, and it's to do with this crossroad, a form of a boundary, and it's connected to a loophole or several loopholes, and it's to do with this aces. So in the tarot, that can be seen as Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, Ace of Cups, Ace of Swords. So there is something about you working around this aces right now, the loopholes. And what you are being guided, which I feel you're doing, is you could be stepping back and allowing something, or they want you to actually ask, how to do this, because you know that there is not so much closing these loopholes completely, where you would maybe set an active boundary at some point. Right now, there's not so much of doing that, because you have to, this cycles, something about boundaries, continue, like the need to set boundaries. So it's like you are becoming the storm, you are becoming that stormy frequency in order to, to be on the move, in order to be, it's like this is the time for you to get into the arena. This is what I'm getting here. It's time for you to get into the playing field, or something like that is happening, and it just has to happen. And that is where your attire is coming in. And what do we say is not about the weather, but about our something about the weather and the what we wear. So it's like you are being guided right now, or you are being given the resources to dress up for the weather, if that makes sense. So with the loopholes, drainage and blockage, what to do? They want you to step back, and you're having some kind of revelation right now, or several revelations, and whatever you have, you're being guided not to rush to do anything about it. And these revelations are there to expose something to you, or to reveal something important regarding what needs protection, or what's your calling on protection. So they want you to call on protection. They also want you to work on some level of forgiveness of yourself, to some capacity. Others, but what I'm getting with others is there is not so much to forgive right now, and that there is something about that forgiveness of yourself that is helping, because with that comes you releasing something major. It's like it's a form of a breaking free that you're doing here, and it's a silent one. So they're telling you to ask, okay, to call on the tiniest things. It could be as easy as lifting a pen. I need help with lifting this pen. I need help with getting this done. I need help with, and I'm just going to ask my guides here. I need help with conveying this message in as best way, or as best a way as possible, so that the ones that this message is for, it gets to them, and it reaches them in the most comprehensive way possible. And Ashe to that. I know that this has come at this time, but it covers right from the beginning, and many more videos before now, and many more accounts before now. And so it is, and so it shall be, and it is done. Okay, so this is how you continue, because you can work your way back and then bring back yourself here. This is what your work is all about. So there's something massive that you're releasing, and it's because you are mastering the number 7, number 9. So 0707 11 11 16 16 999 and 777. Now, as you are mastering this, you're also having to keep attention to the numbers 1, 3, and 5. But that is exactly what many of you have done with the numbers 1, 3, and 5. Some of you have had to go maybe into hermit mode. You have had to retreat. You have had to be doing some kind of internal research work. And that is because you have been building this new architecture. And this is something that is between you and the divine. So rest assured that a lot of this, okay, a lot of it is crazy. I will not lie, is crazy, is chaotic, but then there are so many beauties that come. But one thing you know not to do is to get too comfortable, isn't it? All right, so I'm not here to say, oh yeah, relax, it's over. I'm not here to tell you that. And if I do, then it's not true. It's not over. In fact, this is just the beginning. Every ending is just the beginning. If anything, right now, what you're working around is the resistance. Okay, resistance to do with yourself, resistance to do with what even negative and positive, up and down, inside and outside, left and right, all of these opposites, what they mean, because you are merging them right now. So it's like they are kind of losing their meaning, even though they're still very much present, but there's something that you're bringing together, because you are that one in between, and you and divinity are one right now. Okay, and as you continuously be one, that is where that swirling energy is coming in. Wow, I didn't expect to get out this much, because whoa, oh yeah, this is how it felt before starting this reading. It felt like I was like, whew, oh man, what is this? Right? That is how I kept going, because it felt like there was a lot of it felt like exhaustion. Right? Your body knows exhaustion as well. But this is the time to connect with the energy of water. Okay, some of you could be going into water, or you're doing some kind of a therapeutic work with element, with nature, or any which way that you're guided right now. But just know that your connection to nature goes a long way, even if it's just feeling the wind. Somehow it helps. All right. So you're stepping out of a crossroad, but then it's not stepping out per se. You're actually mastering that. All the videos before now, there was something about a portal, or you know your energy is good, or you know that your energy is good. That one too talks about the attachment frequency that you have had to work around. So that one talked a bit about warming up, because you do have a great tendency for energies to want to attach to you, whether they are in the physical parasites as well. They want to just attach because your energy is that good, and it's to do with your solar plexus. So there is something about your solar plexus that continuously has been on attack. And when you look at that, even in trauma, that is the area where we swallow not only food but emotions. So there is something that you are learning to trust even more, because this is beyond your soul power alone. Is beyond that. You have done your part, you continuously do your part. And it's okay to love the good things, but then there's something that has definitely taken a hit, and that is that area. And here you are. So congratulations. I mean, I may not see you in the physical, but I can't wait to see where you're going, where you are at. If I don't see it, I'm sure that I experience it, or I feel it somehow, because I'm a part of this frequency as well. All right, there. I'm going to stop here for now, and I hope that I hope that I got this out in in some way, and I'll come back with more of this as well. And do take care, and much love. Bye bye.